You can see that our Page Views and Analytics section has a few tabs. Let's take a quick look in the Artwork Summary and Blog Summary tabs first. The Artwork Summary tab lists your artworks, the view counts, ratings, comments, and favorites. The view count is a simple counter that tells you how many times a particular artwork has been viewed. The rating column displays total rating for each particular artwork. Ratings are stars that your artworks have received from other members. The comments column displays the total number of comments on each artwork. And finally, the favorited column tells you how many times a particular artwork has been favorited by other members. You can sort your artwork summary by each column. To do so, simply click on the column header to sort. To sort in the opposite direction, click the column header again. The Blog Summary tab is similar to the Artwork Summary. It displays your blogs, the total number of times a blog was viewed, and their respective comment counts. Now let's take a look at the Analytics tab. You can see that the default is a geographic chart report. It gives you a global map that tells you where your visitors come from. Depending on the number of page views from each country, the particular country has a lighter or darker green color. You can mouse over the countries on the map to view more details. Under the Geo chart, you can see some totals such as total page views you've received, total number of visitors, etc. There's also the top page views by country pie chart. You can mouse over the sections of the pie chart for more details. The top page views by city chart will tell you the top cities where your visitors come from. There's also the Timeline report. Click on the report type and select Timeline, and click Load Data to load the report. Okay, before we talk about the details of the Timeline report, let's take a quick look on the available filters. The filters apply to both the Geo chart and the Timeline reports. You can use the Date Range filter to display report for a specific time period. As an artist, you'll have your profile page, artwork pages, and blog pages, etc. So, you can select Page Filter to show report about specific types of pages. Finally, the Domain filter is useful if you have a Silver or Gold account. For Silver account, you have your own website, like yourname.gotartwork.com. And for Gold accounts, you might have a domain like yourname.com. Those websites are in addition to your artwork and profile pages within gotartwork.com itself. If you only want to see a report about your visitors within gotartwork.com, then you can select the gotartwork.com from the domain filters. If you want the report to show only statistics about visitors to, let's say, your Silver account website, then you select your subdomain from the drop-down options. This is a neat little feature that will help you compare traffic stats and see how well your website is doing compared to your page views within gotartwork.com itself. If you print your subdomain or domain on, let's say, a business card or advertise your website in a different manner, then you might see a significant improvement in your web statistics. Okay, let's say you've selected your desired filters and clicked Load Data. The timeline chart is basically what it says. You can see months at the bottom. You can zoom in using the zoom period links. You can also zoom in or zoom out by dragging the corners of the chart container like this. You can zoom down to a daily level to see day-by-day comparison of your timeline report, and you can drag the container to navigate the timeline. Now notice when I mouse over the chart, there are red and blue lines. The blue lines tell you how many visitors there have been, and the red lines tell you the number of page views. You generally want to see red lines that are significantly higher than blue lines. This is an indication that a single visitor has viewed more than one page. It means that your artworks are interesting to the visitors, and so they view more than one of your artworks rather than leaving your artwork page for something else. Notice that when I mouse over the chart, the numbers at the top change, telling me the number of visitors versus the number of page views. Below the timeline chart is the total number of page views, average time a visitor spends viewing your pages, and the total time overall for this report. Notice that the average time is almost 60 seconds. This is really high for the average web page. The average internet user spends 10 to 20 seconds on a page, so your average time can be a little tricky. Because some users might leave their browser open for hours, hence increasing your average significantly. Let's look at the top referrers pie chart. Visitors can come from a number of websites. Some might search Google. Some might click on the link on Facebook. Maybe even from a website that links to your artwork pages. If you are doing social marketing campaign as well as Google, Microsoft Bing, and Yahoo AdClick campaign, then you can see which one is doing better. For example, which one brings more traffic? Mouse over the sections of the pie chart for more details. The top referrer keywords is also very important. It tells you what your visitors searched for in, let's say, Google or Yahoo or any other search engines before finding your artwork pages. To learn more about how you can increase the traffic to your artwork pages, please click this link to read the recommended article. Okay, let's look at the final section of the timeline report. You can see which pages generated how many page views each day. If the page views occurred in a short amount of time within each other, then the view count might be grouped together. The final column tells you approximately how much time a visitor spent viewing a particular web page. The first column, which is the domain column, is useful for silver and gold account holders to see on which website their artwork or profile pages were viewed. Before we conclude, let's click on the Analytics Help tab. Here, you can find some basic information about how to interpret the terminology used in your analytics reports.